Shall I start?
Yes.
Feedback is the breakfast of champion. But have you ever pondered that feedback could be a turning point in someone's life? Imagine the impact of wrapping your feedback with thoughtful tips and techniques to make it a gift for the receiver. Hold tight, as today we are going to dive deeper in the art of delivering feedback which can inspire and empower others. Greetings, Mr. and Madam Toastmasters. I am Megha, the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all for this joint meeting of the Storytellers and Leaders Connect Toastmaster Club. The mission of the Toastmasters Club is to provide the supporting and positive learning experience in which the members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in a greater self confidence and personal growth. During the meeting tenure, I would urge you all to follow some ground rules. The rules are: as a Toastmaster, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. So please refrain from discussing these topics. Please turn off your mobile phones or make them in the silent mode. Please do not cross talk. Keep your audio mute and speak only when you are in a spotlight. With this, I announce the meeting as open and hand over the meeting to the officer, the Toastmaster Diptendu. Toastmaster Diptendu, the stage is yours.
Thank you, thank you so much, Megha, for that warm and energetic opening to the meeting. And I welcome you all to yet another meeting of Leaders Connect Toastmasters Club and Toastmasters Club of Storytellers for this wonderful community that is Toastmasters. And for these two clubs, can we have a round of applause? Maybe we could unmute ourselves and just. All right then. So this is going to be an exciting meeting, as you all know. But as the presiding officer, there are some business announcements that I would like to go through with all of you. The most important of which is that the contest season is on. By the way, if you get disturbed by anything, by a background noise from my end, do let me know. So the contest season has started. The international speech contest for these two clubs, Leaders Connect and Toastmasters Club of Storytellers, would be conducted on the first weekend of February. So I'd like to officially announce that. And the respective club EC teams are in the process of finalizing role players, and of course reach out to your respective club presidents in VP Educations if you want to nominate yourself for ISC contest. The eligibility criteria for participating in international speech contest is that you should be a level 2. So this is a message for Leaders Connect and Storytellers members. If you want to participate, if you want to fast track your journey of learning through Toastmasters, do considering participating in the contest. That would actually help you run through the projects at double quick speed. So that's one of the announcements that I wanted to make. Also, as you know, that in the month of January, a new EC was installed for each of the two clubs. So of course, both the ECs are kicking and working and delivering on their responsibilities. So I want to wish the new EC team, it's still the month of January, the very best for the next 6 months, and I hope both the clubs are able to successfully achieve all 10 DCP goals. Apart from that, there is another announcement from Toastmasters International, which I'd like Mohit to make. So Mohit, there was something related to TI, and can you please go ahead and announce that?
Absolutely. Thank you, Toastmaster Diptendu, for inviting me. And it's my pleasure and privilege to announce that the Leaders Connect Toastmasters Club has finished its initial 6 months successfully. And we have been recognized by Toastmasters International CEO Daniel Rex, all the mentors and the sponsors, Toastmaster Anjana, Toastmaster Ashish Agarwal, Toastmaster Chintan NP Sheth, and Toastmaster Mohit Sahni have received a certificate for their recognition for their work as mentors and sponsors. So a huge round of applause for not just these four people, but for everybody, each one of you who contributed in big or small ways to get us to where we stand today. Thank you, and handing over the stage back to you, Diptendu.
That's fantastic. And as you all know, one of the big challenges at Toastmasters is to get a new club off the blocks to get it up and running. And Mohit, along with the mentors and everyone else, and of course all the members, have achieved this task with aplomb. And I want to congratulate Mohit and Leaders Connect for the same. A special announcement there: the ex-president of Toastmasters Club of Storytellers, and of course a dear friend of ours, Toastmaster Rahul, is a Toastmaster again, and he has joined Storytellers Club. Rahul, are you there in today's meeting? No, he isn't there in today's meeting, but yeah, I wanted to formally welcome him and just share my gratitude and happiness at this turn of event. So Rahul, I'm sure, would be a great addition to the club, and I'm sure when you hear from him, you certainly will, whatever I'm saying will be corroborated when you actually hear from him. All right. So another Mohit, I'd like to continue this ping pong with you because there is something related to Leaders Connect area level contest, and why don't you go ahead and announce that?
Sure, Diptendu. So, as Diptendu already mentioned, it is the season of the contests, and we recently finished our table topics club level contest. So, the
Yes.
next natural thing to happen is the area level contests. So, for the area of which Leaders Connect is a part, the area table topics contest date has been announced. It is the 16th of February. So please do mark your calendars. Whoever, actually, it's the top winners of the table topics contest who will get the opportunity to participate in the contest. So mark that date. Actually, let me double confirm the date once. It is the 16th of February 2025. The time would be announced and the venue would be announced, but the winners of the table topics contest can gear themselves up for that. Thank you.
Cool. All right. So I would urge everyone to attend the contests because that would really open up your perspective regarding Toastmasters. Because whatever you hear in today's meeting or in a regular meeting, be it speeches or table topics, you will certainly see a more refined, a more polished version of that in any contest that you attend. So do make it a point to attend contest even if you are not participating. And of course, the area level contest for Toastmasters Club of Storytellers would be announced separately. Finally, can we have a quick run through of the people in the meeting right now? If there are any guests, I'd request them to raise their hand on Zoom so that we can hear a little bit from them. Are there any guests in today's meeting?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm there. Hi, everybody.
All right, Mrinal, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? How did you get to know about Toastmasters, and maybe a sentence or two about yourself?
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Rinal, and I hail from a city called Jodhpur, which is a place in Rajasthan. And I have 12 to 13 years of experience in a company called Nagaro Software. And I've been associated with Nagaro for the past 3.5 years. So about the Toastmasters Club, I have been associated with Toastmasters with especially Ashish Agarwal for pretty long. Though I have had attended these Toastmasters thing for I think for 2 or 3 sessions, but more often as a guest speaker. But now I'm kind of looking forward because I was a part of Eloquent yesterday's meeting as well, and I had a word with Mohit. I turned out to be a nice guy. I wanted to attend today's connect in order to understand that what are we bringing on the table. So the reason I have been a part of here. Yeah, that way. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. So good to hear from you, Mrinal. I hope you have a good time in today's meeting. And can I say that you look a little bit like Shekhar of the Vishal Shekhar fame, the famous music composer duo. And you
All right,
sound
thank
wonderful
you.
as well. Moving on, any more guests in today's meeting? All right. So, and Rahul Chawla is here. Rahul, can I put you on the spot right now? Because welcome. I want to welcome you back into Storytellers and Leaders Connect Toastmasters Club. And yeah, what brings you back to Toastmaster? If you'd like to quickly share that in a sentence. I'm sorry, I'm putting you on a spot
No,
right
that's
when you have
okay.
joined.
Hi, Dipendu. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Am I audible? Okay, I just woke up, so I don't know what I'm going to say. Uh, but yeah, I think it was so it was important for me to join back because I realized that I'm losing the touch. My confidence was not. It was going down. So, but yeah, I stopped Toastmasters for personal reasons. But now since everything is sorted, so I decided to join back. Uh, yeah, so that's the only reason. I know how important it is for me to, get better on my communication and, public speaking skills. So that was the reason I joined back and learned from all of
Amazing.
you.
All right, Rahul, welcome back first of all. And I think what better advertisement for the platform of Toastmasters that someone who had left or taken a break from Toastmasters is now back and is choosing to join a meeting first thing in the morning. And we could actually hear from Rahul's voice. He's probably gearing himself up for the day. But yeah, that just goes to show that Toastmasters as a platform has got a lot to offer. And that is why people keep coming back and a lot of new people keep joining this wonderful platform. And with this, I'd now
Deep,
like, yeah,
just one quick
Hi.
thing.
sure,
I
sure.
noticed the presence of distinguished Toastmaster Harish Bilgi, so would like
All
to
right.
request him to
Hi. Hi,
share a
buddies.
few words.
Yes, good morning. I'm joining you from the land of gold, Dubai. So it's a weekend for us. We're just out of bed, and this link was there in front of me. I said the best thing to do on the weekend is join a Toastmasters club. So I'm here to be with you.
Fantastic, fantastic. Mohit, I'm sure that we really wouldn't have to convince Mrinal, a guest, to join Toastmasters, given the kind of people we already have in the meeting. So, yeah,
I'm down
welcome,
already.
Harish. All
I'm
right.
down. Yeah.
Welcome, Harish. And so, again, let's now get the meeting rolling. Today, we have got a wonderful Toastmaster of the day. Again, she has held multiple positions in the executive committee for Storytellers Club. She is the ex president of Toastmasters Club of Storytellers. More than that, she is a passionate Toastmaster and has proved her mettle as a speaker during contests as well. So, as you know, there are many contests going on, and Deepti, today's TMOD, has completed multiple levels in Toastmasters contests in the past few years. So, I'm just waiting eagerly to hear from Deepti and what she has to say about feedback, because that is the general theme that she is going to bring us today. And let us again give a round of applause to everyone who spoke, and of course, welcome Deepti with a lot of warmth. So, let's unmute ourselves. Give Deepti a round of applause, and Deepti, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Diptendu. Well, yes, I'm always happy to be in the spotlight and on the stage, especially when it is about Toastmasters. Well, today the general theme is about feedback. Let us first define what is feedback. Anybody? A quick definition of feedback?
Tips to improve where we are lacking, the speaker is lacking, or any kind of feedback where we are seeing the some improvement area.
Absolutely, absolutely. So feedback is that process where we share our observations or our reactions to someone's behavior or actions, right? That is what feedback is. It's a process. You have an observation or you have a reaction to someone's behavior or action. That is what, when you share it, that is what feedback is, right? But why do you want to give feedback? You want to give feedback because you want that someone to bridge the gap between where they are currently and where they should be. Agree? Thumbs up. What happens is the challenge comes in addressing that gap. Because sometimes in addressing that gap, we get so involved that we end up offending the other person. We hurt them. Our intentions may be sincere, they may be good, but the behavior we exhibit unsettles them. So, the way we deliver feedback to someone matters as much as the feedback itself, isn't it? So, today we'll speak about two frameworks which will help us deliver feedback effectively. Framework number one is called BEAR, BEAR. And framework number two is called BET, BET. Well, they're just not acronyms. They are tools that you can take back home, take to your office, and we'll learn more about them as we progress with our meeting today. Let me explain the structure of a typical Toastmasters meeting for the benefit of new members and guests. Any Toastmasters meeting has three sections. Section 1 is about prepared speeches. We have two prepared speeches today. One is by Toastmaster Monica, which is 5 to 7 minutes long. Timer, please note. And the other one is by Toastmaster Mehak, which is going to be 18 to 22 minutes long. The second segment is called the table topic segment. Our table topic master for today is Toastmaster Ravinder. He is going to walk us through impromptu topics. We'll volunteer and speak about them. And let me remind you, guests, we are free to raise our hands and volunteer and speak on those impromptu topics in this segment. And the third segment is what we consider most sacred to Toastmasters. It is the general evaluation section. Let me invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster Mohit, on the virtual podium to walk us through what he is going to do in this segment.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepti. A huge round of applause for Deepti for choosing that topic, feedback. Our Sergeant at Arms earlier mentioned that feedback is the breakfast of champions. Does anybody know who that statement is from? Okay, let me tell you, it is from Ken Blanchard, the author of the book, The 1 Minute Manager. It's a book with only 100 pages, but the one that has sold over 16 million copies. So if you haven't gotten hold of this book yet, you should consider doing so. And at Toastmasters, we echo Ken's thought. That is why every session of Toastmasters has a general evaluator. As a general evaluator today, my role is to provide a comprehensive feedback on every aspect of today's session. Things that were good and things that could be better. So helping me in this task today is my team of TAG, the timer, the R counter, and the grammarian. So let me first invite on stage our timer for today, someone who's a relatively new Toastmaster, but someone who's extremely genuine and very hardworking. Let me add on stage Toastmaster Ujjwal Gupta to explain his role.
Morning to all. Am I audible?
Good morning. Yes.
Yeah, Ujjwal.
Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, as timer, I will time all prepared speech speakers, all table topic speakers, and all evaluations speakers. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which which denotes specific time remaining. Prepared speech speakers should limit their time between 5 to 7 minutes. At the completion of 5 minutes, I will raise the green card indicating that you have qualified as per the time limit and can finish the speech. At completion of 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card indicating that time is rushing. At the completion of 7 minutes, I will raise the red card indicating that time is over. For a special prepared speaker today, Toastmaster Mahek, the time limits will be 18, 20, 22 minutes. Similarly, table topic speakers should limit their time between 1 to 2 minutes. At the completion of 1 minute, I will raise the green card indicating you have qualified as per the time limits and can finish the topic. At the completion of 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card indicating that time is rushing. At the completion of 2 minutes, I will raise the red card indicating that time is over. Similarly, individual evaluators, speakers limit their time between 2 to 3 minutes. At completion of 2 minutes, I will raise the green card indicating you have qualified as per the time limit and can finish the evaluation. At the completion of 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card indicating that the time is rushing. At completion of 3 minutes, I will raise the red card indicating that time is over. There will be a grace of 30 seconds for all the speakers, but the recommendation will be to try to complete within the time limits. Beyond the time limits, including the grace period, the speaker will be declared disqualified. I will be sharing the records of the timing once upon I will be called upon towards the end of the meeting. So requesting all the participants to keep attention towards the card shown as my on my virtual background and wish you all the best in managing your time. Thank you, fellow Toastmasters. Back to you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ujjwal, for a very comprehensive explanation of your role. And with that, I would like to introduce our next role player, the AHA counter for today, who is an MBA aspirant, a very sincere person, a very enthusiastic person. Please help me welcome on stage Toastmaster Swati Singh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. So, great speakers are not defined just by what they say, but also by the pauses they take to think and engage. And as our counter for the day, my role is to make you all aware of the filler words and sounds like so, I think, that creep into our pauses so that we all can eliminate them with practice. I'll also take note of any other repetitive word or phrase used by any of the speakers, and I'll present my detailed report towards the end of the meeting when called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Swati. You explained your role extremely well. And with that, our last but definitely not least role player of the day, the grammarian. A grammarian today is Toastmaster Chintan. He's a clinical research professional who joined Toastmasters in September of 21. He serves as area director in District 6 and as president of a club in District 98, which is based in Gujarat. He is a professional keynote speaker and founder of the communication and leadership coaching studio, Polish Your Purpose. Please join me in welcoming on stage Toastmaster Chintan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit. I hope the screen is visible for all of you.
Yes.
Today, my role is to take a note of how great you are speaking in terms of vocabulary and in terms of how you are articulating your sentences. One thing I want to highlight is it doesn't mean that you are a great speaker if you use the hard words or complicated words like Shashi Tharoor. Vocabulary simply means whether you are using the words which are conveying the message in the right manner. So don't try to use the complicated words because it will derail your next words and next sentences and will destroy your confidence to some extent. So use the words which you are most comfortable with and articulate the sentences which make an impact. I will be writing and noting down the great usages of words, sentences, phrases, and also noting down few points of improvements for your journey of speaking. It is also my duty to introduce you to the word of the day and phrase of the day. As you can see on the screen, the word of the day for today is panache. It is pronounced as panache. The meaning of panache is flamboyant confidence or style or manner. An example could be today's speaker is going to deliver a speech with great panache. Or I saw an actor delivering a monologue with great panache. Phrase of the day is in a nutshell. Keeping the theme in line, in a nutshell means a brief or short summary of something. So I encourage everyone to use word of the day, panache, and phrase of the day in a nutshell. With that note, I'll be noting down everything you speak to the extent I can and will be presenting my report whenever called upon by Toastmaster Mohit. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chintan, for explaining your role with such panache. And in a nutshell, this was my team of role players, and we will be coming back at the end of the meeting to share with you the multi-course breakfast of today. Because, like I said in the beginning, breakfast is indeed feedback is indeed the breakfast of champions. So, with that, I would hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Deepti Sawhney.
Thank you, Mohit. Thank you for introducing us to your team and letting us know how we need to be mindful throughout. All right, so let's start with the first feedback framework model, which is called BEAR. B-E-A-R. B stands for behavior. So when you are giving or planning to give or preparing for feedback, you need to be mindful of describing the behavior or the action that you have observed. Keep it factual. Don't generalize it. For example, you can tell somebody that I've observed that you are late in the last 3 meetings that we've done. Instead of generalizing it and saying something like, I've observed that you're always late for meetings. No, let's give a count. Let's make it factual and let's focus on describing the behavior or the action. Right? So B is behavior. E, what is the emotion involved, or how did that behavior make you feel? Okay. You have to describe your feeling when that behavior was exhibited. So for example, if we were to take the example of somebody coming late into a meeting, you can go on to add the second sentence by saying that I felt concerned when I observed that you've been consistently late for the last 3 meetings, because then I have always had to rush through the agenda. And when we rush through the agenda, we make decisions in a haste. So by saying something like this, you're not accusing the other person. You're just sharing your feeling or your emotion of the behavior that was observed. So B is behavior, E is emotion. A is alternative. You are the one who's giving feedback. Be responsible, be thoughtful, and suggest an alternate behavior or an action. Okay? Why do you do that? Because you want a better outcome. You want to give something which is actionable. So in the same scenario, you can add a third sentence, which could be something like, perhaps next time you could either start early from home to make sure that you attend the meeting or you start the meeting in time. Or maybe you can propose a reschedule. So by saying this sentence, you're proposing an alternate outcome to the person who had exhibited the behavior. So focus on suggesting an alternative behavior. And R means the result or the outline of the positive outcome if the alternate behavior is observed. So in this case, you can encourage the person by letting him know that, you know what, in this way, we can have enough time to brainstorm, to think through the points that we wanted to cover in the agenda, and then make an informed decision. You basically show the value of the change that you're proposing. So try and follow the beer model. B is about behavior. Describe the behavior. E is about the emotion, how you build empathy during that time, how it makes you feel. A is about proposing an alternate behavior, and R is about outlining what is the expected result from that change in behavior. Use the beer model when you want to cover sensitive topics, right, where emotions are involved. In a nutshell, that's the summary of using the beer model. All right. Let us move on with clarity in beer model. Let's move on to the next segment, which is about prepared speeches. And let us call upon our first speaker, Toastmaster Monica, on the virtual podium. We'll do an audio video check. And while that happens, we'll also like to invite Monica's evaluator, Toastmaster Neetal, on the virtual podium to share the objectives of Monica's speech.
Hey, good morning. So Monica is giving her level 3, project 3 speech. And the speech is her from Pathway, Visionary
Communication.
Visionary Communication, sorry. 1 second. And the purpose of this speech is, the project is for the member to practice writing and delivering a speech that inspires others. And the purpose of the speech is for the member to inspire the audience as well. So back to you, Toastmaster Deepti.
Thank you, Neetal. All right, Monica, is this the speaking space that you're going to use? Can you please say after me, this is where I start?
This is where I start.
All right, thank you for the audio and video check, Toastmaster Monica. Toastmaster Monica, scared or inspired? Scared or inspired, Toastmaster Monica?
It was a beautiful day. I was dressed with panache, all ready to go for an event. I was brushing my hairs while looking outside at a beautiful view on the balcony. Suddenly, I felt something happening in my teeth, some tingling. Before I could react, I saw one of my teeth falling in my hand. And before I could do anything, I saw all my teeth in my hand. I was so worried, scared. I rushed to the mirror to see, how do I look? Am I able to speak calendar properly? Are my lips inside or out? And suddenly I hear, That was just a dream. But a scariest one. Anyways, I woke up, I realized it was 4:30 and I had to really prepare for some event. And I quickly rushed through, brushed my teeth, and I was thinking that yes, I had this dream a month back. Or no, I had it even a year back. I also remembered having it during my college days. Something has to be done. So I thought, let me take some help from some great dream analyst. And I started to look for a Babaji who could help me. So I went back to my laptop, sat down, and first thing I typed on my screen is Google, because I love Google Baba. This Baba not only gives you one advice, but multiple advice, and you have an option to choose which one you really want to be scared of. Anyways, I started my search. Which option? First option, it said, okay, this could be because you're really anxious and depressed. Anxious, depressed, me, not matching. Okay, something is changing and you're fearing. Something is definitely changing. We are in life. But I don't think so. I'm fearful. So forget it. Let me look next and next and next. Suddenly, one statement appeared which says, meaning of dream of falling teeth in Hinduism. Now, I'm mentioning this not to promote Hinduism, but because this statement made me curious to know what does it say. Interesting enough, what this statement says or what this section said is, this dream indicates that some good change is going to happen and you have to let go some bad habits or some beliefs to make for room for newer beliefs. Something similar to the child losing their birth teeth to make room for new teeth. Now, this made me switch from being scared to getting inspired. Now, this dream suddenly changed my outlook. Suddenly, there are changes happening in me because I've chosen a new career path. Of course, certain things I know that needs to be modified. So, I think good point to start. So, their dream gives me a new message. Now, dream is giving me a direction. Something similar to that lighthouse you see when your boat of life is trembling in the storm of circumstances in the deep seas, and you see the light and the hope and the direction where you have to move on. So the dream is your that lighthouse. Dream is giving you an option to reflect back. See inside what is already shining like a gold and what is that needs to be polished to make it a gold. Your strength are your already a gold, but your vulnerabilities needs to be polished to make it a gold. Dream is there to elevate. Maybe you are a glass in the making of a diamond. Maybe you need to cut off certain areas to make a beautiful facets. And these are some boundaries, some beliefs, some, something stopping you. You need to change that, cut that off and become like a diamond. Dream is there to aspire. Maybe you are sown like a seed in the ground. Everything is dark. You are feeling wetness. You are feeling there is much warmth and it's not comfortable. Now, this is your time to sow your roots deep beneath this ground and grow more up towards the sun so that you become a tree giving the fruits to all. So that's your time to aspire and grow and reach that dream. Your dream is to manifest. Here, I invite every one of you to take your hand in front of you. It'll take just a second. Just have your hand in front of you. Look at the center of your hand. Close your eyes and visualize that one dream that you have. Now open your eyes. This dream that you saw through this hand in your mind is yours to manifest. Only you can see what you dream, nobody else. So nobody else gonna work on your dream. It's your responsibility. It's your beautiful manifestation that can certainly come true. And as Amitabh Bachchan says, the connectivity from watching a dream to come true and manifest is connected through the some intentional action. So take actions and make that dream come true. In a nutshell, your dream is not meant to scare you, but it is there to inspire you. Your dream, if you are dreaming, is there for you to achieve. Because if you're getting your dream, that means you're already prepared to achieve that dream. Nobody else can do that for you. So today, here, I am asking you, each and every fellow Toastmaster here, which is that dream which is scaring you? Because if it is not scaring you, Nana, your potential has yet not met. If that dream is scaring you, you have a abundance opportunity to grow yourself and reach where you really deserve to be reached. Here I invite you, when you next time get such dream, will you get scared or will you be actually inspired to take intentional actions? Back to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Monica. Well, I must say I'm inspired to be scared with the dreams here on. Well, I encourage everybody to please share their feedback on the chat, either as a direct message with Monica or on the chat. And timer, please note, we'll give 1 minute for everybody to do that. Let's encourage our speaker, our first speaker for today. Okay, Ujjwal, is that red card? Yes, thank you. So 1 minute is up. Let's move on to our next speech for today. Our next speaker is going to be Toastmaster Mehek. And while she adjusts her camera, let me invite her evaluator, Toastmaster Megha, on the virtual podium to share the speech objectives. Megha. You're on mute, Megha.
Okay. Now, Toastmaster Mehek is on the pathway of just a minute, please. Is on the level 5 project 1 speech, and the purpose of the speech of this project is to practice developing and presenting a longer speech. And the title of the speech is Do you know?
Okay. Thank you, Megha.
Thank you.
All right, let's do a quick audio video check for you, Mehek.
Want to check, I will also share my screen.
Okay, please check if you have rights to do that. Yeah, I think we can see your screen, Mehek. All right. Please say after me, Mehek. This is where I start.
This is where I start.
Thank you. Thank you. You're loud and clear and visible. So, Toastmaster Mehak, did you know? Did you know Toastmaster Mehak?
If wine was aged in a week, would it carry the flavor of decades? Read the newspaper. First page, no logo, no heading, just a curious advertisement. About who? Just a mysterious advertisement. Doesn't shout, it whispers. It doesn't tell you what it makes, or you ask, why? Isn't it intriguing? Let me share a personal story that echoes this idea. A few months back, my friends and I decided to treat ourselves at Rico's, a well known food joint in Kamlanagar. The pasta was absolutely divine. The pizza, well, let's just say that it served us more what we asked from them. Midway though, while we were having our pizza, we found a piece of metal baked into the crust. We were horrified. We called the manager. Now imagine being in his shoes. What would you do? The manager. We are really sorry, ma'am. We're really sorry for such an experience. He apologized immediately, gave us a full concession on our meal, and invited us to even order desserts or anything else on the menu. All on the house, except, of course, the pizza. That's we're definitely not going to order. That one act of empathy and quick problem solving transformed this horrifying experience into a memorable one. Now we walk and laugh about this feeling being cared for, and guess what? We are still talking about today. And that's the power of personalization. A shift from impersonal advertising to making customers feel valued, seen, and even understood. This is the age of personal marketing. Gone are the days when a flashy ad or a catchy jingle was enough to win over customers. Today, it's all about creating an experience for them, resonating them at a personal level. It's about asking, what does my audience needs? And delivering it in a way that feels uniquely tailored. But there's another layer to it, and that's the remarkable marketing. That's the purple cow. Now imagine driving through the endless field of black and white cows. How boring it seems, isn't it? Initially, you might admire the view as well, but as soon as you reach far, it blends into the background. And now, come on, see a picture of a single purple cow amidst the black and the white ones. That cow is remarkable. It stands out. It grabs your attention, and you can't stop talking about it. That's remarkable marketing. Now, this is the essence of the Seth Godin's purple cow philosophy. In a world overflowing with choices, being good isn't good enough. You need to be remarkable. Now, how could you be remarkable in this world? Let me tell you few of the examples and the companies that have been using this remarkable marketing strategy. Did you know Bacardi and Coke have teamed up to bring you the pre-mixed drink? That's right. Now your favorite rum and Coke comes conveniently in a can. When I heard this, I was intrigued. Not because I'm the target audience, but because I want to know. I'm not because of how brilliantly they teased this idea. This storytelling wasn't just about the drink, but creating curiosity among the minds of the consumers. That collaboration, and let me tell you, it worked. Did you know Blinkit is now delivering printouts and passport size photographs straight to your doorstep? When I first heard this, I laughed. Printouts? Really? But then I thought that it's the last minute chaos. And not just that, it's the problem they are solving. We didn't even know that existed. Did you know Starbucks has just launched a new coffee at just rupees 150? Now, for a brand that's known for its premium pricing, why would launch a coffee just for rupees 150? It is so that the normal consumers can also experience the value that has been generated by Starbucks. Because Starbucks is all for how the experience is what matters. It not just delivers a product to you, it not just delivers a coffee or maybe a sandwich to you, it delivers a whole lot of experience. Think about it. When you go to Starbucks, don't you feel proud enough when you get your name on that coffee? Well, that's what they are serving to you, the experience. Come to the GTA 6. It's one of the most anticipated games ever. And do you know, now the sixth version is on the verge of coming. This Rockstar game, when just like announced the GTA 6, they make it an event. They deleted all the initial photographs on the Instagram page that they had because they just wanted to promote the GTA 6. Every other post was being deleted, leaving only the trailer of GTA 6 behind. Think about the audacity of this move. They erased their entire history just for a spotlight moment. Did you know Zomato's marketing goes beyond their witty advertisements? Their real magic lies in their ability to showcase the witty and the catchy advertisements that generally pings you every time on your phone or on your email. And definitely, my email is full of the messages. It says, let's get you that century burger during a long weekend, or pizza has just declared a 3 days holiday from the fridge. So order now. Their ability to connect with the audience is what matters the most. Not just the ability to connect with the audience, but also at the right time and the right moment. They are aware about what is happening in the country, whether it's a cricket match or a movie premiere. They would always be ready with that catchy and the witty advertisement just to showcase on your phones. This isn't just marketing, it's a conversation. And this is again an example of personal marketing. Did you know about Apple? It not just sells the product, it always sells emotions. And the Apple way of storytelling is unparalleled. When they launch a new product, it's never about the megapixels, their RAM, or their storages. They never mention it out aloud. Whatever they mention is that how it would benefit you. For instance, their campaign, Shot on iPhone, it would take your pictures, your best shots, and would also display it on their Instagram pages. Now, see how slowly they are getting to that level of the consumers where you can even get a pictography or even being showcased on the Instagram page of Apple. How innovative it is. And for a consumer, maybe a just an iPhone user, it would be a feeling of great joy. Instead of boasting about their cameras, Apple showcase breathtaking photos and videos. Every keynote, every ad, Every box opening feels like an event for Apple because it doesn't just sell gadgets, it sells aspirations, creativity, and a sense of belonging to this global community of innovators. Did you know the merger of Air India and Vistara? Now, these two collaborative brands, it not can be called as a merger. It's a blending of the two icons. Air India with its legacy of thousands years back and Vistara with its premium pricing. How these two can be collaborated? But it is more than just business. It's not a collaboration that has been done for the purpose of earning profits, but it is a promise of elevating travel standards as well as offering customers best of both. Did you know the recent wedding that happened? Yes, the Ambani wedding. The Radhika merchant's lehenga was a masterpiece. And the intricate embroidery on the lehenga depicted scenes from Ramayana, turning the entire narrative of the tradition and the art. This work was just a bridal outfit for many of us, but it was a canvas of culture and storytelling, leaving everyone awestruck. It was an example of how fashion can transcend the utility after becoming a form of expression for all of us today. This is the high level of personal selling that could be generated. Not only this, there are various examples. Think about the brand that you're using nowadays, how the status symbol has been evaluated for those brands. Think about the journey of different brands and how they have came forward. Think about Nokia. You used it so many years back, and now can you see any difference that has been made by Nokia? No as such difference. Why? Because they were not able to operate openly with the consumers. They were not able to generate that sense of feel valued and the experience for the consumers. They were just limited to that one product, that's their phone, and they never thought of the innovation that was being covered in the environment behind them. And that's why they failed. Now, we cannot even see them selling their phones in the market. So, this shows that how brands need to excel in the personal marketing strategy just so that they can evolve. That one incident at the Ricos made us realize that how nowadays managers, brand managers are being working for the consumers because consumers are the ultimate source of how one can present the experience to them. The personal selling game is changing. Now there are no days of how the jingles would be presented in the advertisement. Now it's just about how a brand recognizes its value in the eyes of the consumers. There are certain brands that also excels in complaint handling. Think about Zomato itself. Whenever you order something from Zomato and it's not really worth it, you just file a complaint on Zomato. And the complaint handling cell is such innovative that it would generate your credit back to you or would replace the item in just seconds. That's how it works. And that has changed the game for marketing over the years. The takeaway from this is that personal selling isn't just about the soul, it's about the relationship that it creates with the consumers. As we navigate this world of marketing, remember a single well handled complaint can turn a customer into a lifelong advocate. If at Rico's, we would not have been generated or being concerned that that's okay or we are extremely sorry, we would have never witnessed and we would have never gone back to the place again. Now it's different. We can surely think back of going to that place again because at least they said sorry or they also gave us a full credit. This makes us realize that how important it is to feel valued. Also, igniting a sense and the experience that they created all of us. That's how brands are innovating. And that's the secret to success. Think about Apple again. It was few years back when the Apple had changed its strategy. Initially, it was also using the strategy for moving or showing to the consumers about their pixels and talking about just the storages. But the storytelling has improved further. And the first thing that they recognized was that how storytelling is changing the game for all of us. This has made us realize that storytelling is definitely a status symbol, a symbol of success for Apple. Because it, the software is nice, it has remarkable features, it has quality, and moreover to the fact it has an experience for all the consumers. And Apple is sharing that. Think about the other apps that you're using. Maybe Blinkit, for instance, how it also solves your problem of serving 10 minutes groceries. And now they're even serving another plethora of things that you need. Did you know about both? That is the Aman Gupta's brand. And if you have been or if you have seen Shark Tank, you would have viewed that he usually wears his watch on his not on his wrist but on his hand. You know why? Because that's the way a consumer would look at. Why? Because it's remarkable. In this way, he's also promoting his brand. Think about Ashneer Grover, the author of Doglapan. When he was on Shark Tank, we usually remembered him for his sharp tongue and the harsh words that he used to say. This might seem as a counterproductive argument against him, but it's actually a form of negative marketing. Because his remarks usually showcase that he was being different from all the others. And that's where he makes the difference. And did you know about the marigold biscuits? Now think about it. You must be thinking that it was being made for maybe a sugar patient or someone who would want to consume less sugar. But it's not that. It was a product that was being made out of nowhere. At the factory, there was some wrong inputs that was being put in the packet of biscuits with some wrong adjustments of sugar and salt. And it was being produced, the marigold biscuits. A marketer who could have even disposed of the product because it was not correct, not meeting the standards. But an innovative marketer knows how to market its product. And it not marketed as a normal packet of biscuits, but a biscuits that were being healthy or used for baby sugar patients or someone who would want to consume less sugar. Similar example is of Diet Coke. You must be thinking it was being made for people who want to consume less sugar, but it's not the case. It was being produced for the people, and it was not also being produced for the people, it was also an accidental delivery of the product by some wrong adjustments in the sugar component for the product. and the marketer has called it as Diet Coke. Now, let me tell you, it's one of the most famous and consumed product rather than the normal Coke. This shows that how one puts their brand into the eyes of the consumer. In a world that is filled with endless choices and noise, because I can go on and on about the different brands that I like. How do you stand out that makes the image clear? Whether you are a brand, a product, or even an individual, the lesson of the purple cow is universal. Don't be afraid to be different, bold, and unforgettable. So, what's your purple cow? See your purpose. Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Mehak. Well, this would well qualify for an expert session in the series that we present week after week. Thank you for that amazing delivery. I'd encourage everybody to share their thoughts about Mehak's speech today and leave her more encouraged and empowered. Timer, please let us know after 1 minute is up. Thank you, Ujjwal, for that indication. All right. We've covered the beer model of framework. Let's move on to the BET model. And I bet you're going to love this one too. BET is an acronym for behavior, effect, and thank you. Behavior, like in the beer model, is asking you to focus on the action, not on the person. It emphasizes that you describe the behavior you've observed. For example, I observed, okay, we can take the same example again and describe the behavior in terms of somebody arriving late to meetings. So you're focusing on the action. E stands for effect, where you will describe the impact that the behavior has on you or the others in the team. So the same way as in the beer model, we're describing, you go one level deeper in the beer model, you describe your emotion. Here in the BET model, you basically share the effect of the behavior that you have observed. You call out that effect. And T, when you thank, or basically you encourage the person to whom you're giving feedback. You do not leave them feeling defensive. You instead thank him for the things that they're doing right. For example, if a scenario was that a colleague had unfinished work but had a planned vacation too, Okay. So if you would observe, when you'll call out the behavior, you'll observe and you'll say something like that I observe or I see that you have a upcoming planned vacation, but we also have pending work on the list. The effect described here would be that if you do not complete that work, it might set a wrong example in front of other people in the team of leaving unfinished work. And then you can call out what you expect, which is to complete the work either before going on vacation, or if they could spare some time from their vacation, complete the work, and then encourage them to do that. And if they've already shown that behavior, make sure you thank them. So the two models, beer and bet. Use beer when you want to share an emotional aspect or sensitive topic as a feedback. Use bet, especially in positive scenarios where you want to re-emphasize on some good behavior that somebody showed so that you can thank them and you can subsequently encourage them. And also give them corrective actions in case they're required. Let me now give you a sample scenario before we move on to the next segment. And we can discuss which model will you use and how after the next segment is over. You can note the scenario. It's an everyday scenario that we might face at work. Let's say you're a colleague, you're a manager, and a reportee or a senior member in the team has been taking ad hoc leaves each time with a different reason, though. The reasons are believable, right? But such ad hoc leaves need to be communicated to the senior member in the team. If you were a manager, which model would you use to share feedback and suggest a corrective action? Would you use the beer or bet? Think about it while we move on to the next segment, which is the table topics. Our table topic master for today is Toastmaster Ravinder. I'd like to call him on the virtual podium so that he can this session. Over to you, Ravinder.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Dipti. Good morning, everyone, fellow Toastmaster and guest. Today I'm your table topic master. This is the session where all the members and participants and the guest as well participate and speak. So this is a impromptu speaking where participants participate impromptu, giving a brief speech on a surprise topic. This exercise helps members to organize and express their thoughts quickly in an unexpected situation. So I would like to call for the nominations. May I know who want to come first for the table topic? You can raise your hand. Okay, Mrinal.
Seema.
Okay, first is Seema. Okay, first Seema, then Mrinal. That's fine. Seema, for you, the topic is if not now, then when? If not now, then when?
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak on a topic which is quintessential in today's life. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know? Universe has a rule that is change. Change is only constant. And every day, every second, I'm sure we all have been thinking about what's in the store of destiny. Well, my dear ladies and gentlemen, for me, it has been a question ever since I left my previous job. Not now. When? Do you all know when I have been going through a lot of challenges? Eventually, I decided to leave my job in the year of 2023. I have served more than 8 years to a particular organization for the sheer joy of sharing the knowledge with my students. Yes, I have been the trainer and teacher for my students. But then, after leaving that job and living that particular life for such a long time, I could not decide what to do next. I didn't know what is in the store of destiny because I was into the particular system. And then I wondered how to move forward in my life. As destiny has something to offer to everybody, but if one is not going to decide, then how will one person move? Thereby, I've been thinking even since yesterday night about one of the courses which is quite renowned one, quite exorbitant, or I would say expensive. And I had this question, yes, Ravinder sir, in my mind. If not now, when? Because in the year of 2023, I thought of it. And now it's 2025. I've been thinking still. But then the good thing is, at least I have joined one goal which I had thought of. And to stay connected and keep evolving, that's none other than the platform Toastmaster. And this time with the storyteller, I have thought of thriving, surviving, and enriching lives through the experience and knowledge, and of course, of myself and others. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Sima, for picking up this topic with very panache. And yes, change is consistent, and with change only, because movement is the part of life. If we will not move, then there is no life. And change is consistent. We need to move and change to adapt everything in life. Thank you. So next is
Sorry,
Mrinal.
Ravinder. I'm sorry, Ravinder. Somebody
Yeah,
is on the door. Just
yeah,
take
no problem.
somebody else.
Yeah.
I'll take the next one. Just a
Okay,
minute.
sure. Okay, next I'm seeing Chintan. Okay, Chintan, for your topic is how do you define success? How do you define success? Chintan, I think you raised your hand. Uh, okay, no problem. I think
I'm
Mrinal,
here.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mrinal is back. So, Chintan, there is some confusion. I think you missed the opportunity, or you want to again participate in the table topic. Sorry.
No, I want to take part. I was away for a minute.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay, let's go with Mrinal in that case, not an issue. Mrinal, that topic is what is the meaning of peace to you? What is meaning of peace to you?
All right. Thank you, everybody, for giving me this amazing opportunity. What is the meaning of peace for me? Peace is something staying with your parents. Peace is something looking at them and realizing that how they are growing in this world. I mean, when you were very young, you came into the world, you had no idea as to what you were going through, what you were doing in your life, but they have helped you set a way for yourself. And so we are at this moment where you have to be with your parents at this point of time, seeing them grow. That will definitely add some panache to your life just because it's not about, it's not easy to go with the flow, to be flamboyant enough to be yourself, but it's sometimes it's also important to slow down a bit and look at those amazing creatures which god have presented you to look after. So I think, in a nutshell, what is very important is the peace. The peace to stay with them, the peace to hear them, the peace to understand their psychology, the peace to understand as to where they are coming from. Not number of times you will be able to understand a lot of things that say are you'll able to agree, but if you are calm enough to listen to what they actually mean, you will attain that eternal peace. Thank you.
Thanks, Mrinal. in a nutshell, you very well described the meaning of peace. You involve family, career, what is surrounding everything. Thanks for very well narrating it. Okay, may I know who is next? I am seeing, okay, Chintan, you want to come? Thanks. So topic for you is, how do you define success? How do you define success?
How do you define success? This is a question many of us ask to ourselves and being asked by many who are around us. I have contemplated on it so many times. But few years back, I stumbled upon a speech of Shah Rukh Khan, someone I deeply admire, not only because of his acting skills, but because of the philosophy he has and the wisdom he carries by just living the life that people dream of. And he shared something, and said, don't be a philosopher until you are rich. So from that moment, I stopped thinking too much about success and started myself putting into the work which I need to do. Because I know what I want to become. And rather than thinking of what success would look like to me, I would like to enjoy when it comes. So I celebrate the milestones which come on the way of my journey. I enjoy the process, but I still don't call it a success. Success is a vague phenomenon for me, and I just don't want to ponder upon and waste my time thinking about it. Success to me would mean like I would be a speaker who I wish to be one. But at that time, I may be chasing some another dream. Because I am like a dog who's chasing a car who doesn't know what will happen if I catch hold of the car. So I don't want to think about success much. Rather, I want to give myself enough time to dwell into work which I need to carry on. What do you think about success? And are you dreaming about success? Or are you working for it, ignoring the philosophy and all the aspects which are now glamorized by so called motivational speakers? Over to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Chintan. You very well narrated about the success. Yes, success is not any end point. Continue doing the process and enjoying what you are doing is actual success. And yes, I also admire Shah Rukh Khan's speeches. Even rather his acting, I like to listen him. When my free time, while I'm driving or uh, free, I used to listen his speeches as well as interviews as well. Yeah, thank you. So let's speak on the next one from our guest, Manoj. Okay, Manoj, for your topic is, what do you want most? What do you want most?
Is it happiness? Is it success? I would say, what do I most? Nothing, at zero. Does that surprise you? Enough, enough of chasing like a dog chasing a car. And if the car stops, just to wait and pee over that, for that I was chasing. After 57 years of existence on lap of Mother Earth, that's what I have realized. All this chasing, all this rat race, even if I win, I'll still remain a rat. What for? Why? This chain of chasings from my conception till my conclusion, to my birth till I exit. Is my life going to be a chain of chasings only? After the mirage that is always elusive? So at this stage of my life, It is nothing, a big zero. I want to embrace nothing. If I look at my bucket list, everybody's talking about bucket list. 2025, a new year, you need to have a bucket list. If you don't have it, you're good for nothing. I want to be that good for nothing because I believe nothingness is everything. Once there is emptiness, it will be filled with what we really require happiness. Emptiness is going to lead you towards the real goal of discovering yourself and getting happiness. So, consciously, I'm trying to be a minimalist, not only reducing my body weight, reducing the bucket list. And finally, the bucket list shows emptiness. I would like to be empty to get everything. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Manoj, sharing for your experience. Agree with you. Uh, just changing anything is the reason for our problems, everything. If we are not following anything or not want most of anything that makes us feel unhappy. I think we can take the last one by seeing the time. I think we can pick the last one, our guest, Harish, the last topic, table topic. So for you, the topic is where do you find inspirations? Where do you find inspirations?
Table topic master. The topic given to me is where do I find inspiration? Do I really have to go outward to seek inspiration? I don't think so. Inspiration is within. Look at that nightingale bird which sits on a tree and chirps and sings. Does she get inspired by someone? No. She sings because she loves it. It comes from within. If I want to do something, I'll do on my own. I don't seek for external force to induce me to do something. I don't agree with this topic at all, that there is an external thing which inspires you to do something better. No. The fire has to come within. I remember last month we had gone to Japan. We were on the bank of the Peace Memorial Park of Hiroshima. It is hard to believe that that was the epicenter of a place which was just vaporized, sublimated into thin air, reduced to rubbles and ashes within minutes. And today it was blooming with beautiful cherry blossom. The guide told us that bomb took everything from us, our lives, our loved ones, our future, uh, our health. But it didn't take one thing. It didn't steal our will to progress. So that inspiration was inside any Japanese one. So that is what that fire has to be within. You don't need any external thing to rebuild yourself. And that is precisely the word called as resilience. It is the word which transforms your failure into fire, your pain into purpose of life. So you don't have to look anywhere else, my dear table topic master. Inspiration is there, built in. Look within, unearth yourself. In nutshell, you are an inspiration yourself. You should have that panache to look within and find out, yes, I can do it. And you will be a successful Toastmaster, a better human being today. Over to you.
Thanks, Harish, for sharing your thought. It's really meaningful. I heard somewhere the motivational speaker can motivate you till the time you are in the room or for 2 3 minutes. But the only inspirations keep you alive and help you to achieve what you want. So, in a nutshell, inspiration is within yourself. Thank you. Thanks everyone for participating, sharing your thoughts. Over to you, Toastmaster Dipti.
Thank you so much, Ravinder. Well, this is the last segment. We spoke about a scenario, a common scenario where you're a manager and your reportee takes ad hoc leaves. Which model would you use? Bet or beer? Anybody can unmute and answer.
Bear.
Beer. Okay. I hear beer. And how would you handle the B part of the
The beer
beer?
model.
Okay. How would you handle the B part of the model? How would you address the behavior?
In that context, it would be check.
See, if I talk in terms of, oh, all right, somebody's speaking already. Sorry.
No,
Please.
please go ahead. No issue.
All right. If you talk in terms of B model behavior, if just for example, if I'm a team leader or if I'm owning a team, so I would have. So there was one very important thing that you talked about being factual rather than generalizing it. So if somebody I know them personally, if somebody I know them the way they work and all, so it's very important not to lose a team member and be very factual enough to make them understand as to what are the different categories somebody lies in. If you're able to tell a person that way, he also would be able to understand that somebody is not shooting them off. It's basically for their improvement. And when some certain such kind of thing percolates in, then the individual percolates into your stencil slowly and steadily. So we never expect a change right away. We expect a gradual change. And that is how the behavioral aspect is so enticing. That's very important to be very factual enough.
That's true. That's correct, Mrinal. And in this scenario where you want to call out the specific behavior of the person where they're taking ad hoc leave, so you might end up saying something like, I've noticed that you've been taking ad hoc leaves recently. Okay,
Correct.
that is where you bucket or you scope the discussion. How do you deal with the emotional aspect? Anybody else?
I would like to show a little light on it. Throw a little light on it. Well, as far as emotion part is concerned, here I am going to showcase that I'm concerned about the respective employee because I do understand that life is a roller coaster ride and everyone has his or her journey. So he or she might be going through or must be going through, but at the same time, the work should also not get hampered because the show must go on. So just to fix a way, I would say I am concerned about you. Let me know how can I further help you so that we both can have a win-win situation
Absolutely,
and we
absolutely.
look after.
Thank you, Seema. The key word
Thank you, ma'am.
here is showing concern because you're realizing that they're taking leaves because of some believable reasons. So when you exhibit words or when you use words like concerned, that is where you're building a connect relationship. You're trying to empathize. A possible alternative could obviously be something like asking that member to give a little heads up on the leaves that they intend to take. Or maybe if they're not able to share or give a heads up, maybe they can share what they're going through, keeping trust with the manager. So the alternate that you can suggest as a manager is asking the person to give them an advance notice, or if they're comfortable, just share the reason of ad hoc leaves. The result, the outcome, that can be shared easily once you share the alternate behavior. Because what is the result? The result is not missing work deadlines, like Seema said, not letting work be impacted. So in this situation, you use the beer model. Well, in a nutshell, I'd like to say both feedback models work just as well, whether it is the bet model or the beer model. Generally, how I use it is when I have to share feedback related to sensitive topics like this one, and which is a real work scenario that I'm facing. I tend to move towards the beer model. I use the bet model when I want to emphasize or the positive aspects of a person during feedback discussions. That is where I use the bet model more. Behavior, effect, and thank you. Please continue doing that. That's how I leave it. Now, the advantage with both these models is that they provide clarity because they focus on behavior, on the action. They are not personal attacks to somebody, right? They also help you build a connection or empathize with the person with whom you're sharing feedback. They end up giving actionables. Either continue do something or this is how I want you to change. And they show the value of change. So this is why these two framework models have worked for me. I hope they work for you as much as they do for me. And remember that feedback is not about pointing out flaws, but it is about empowering others to reach their potential. So next time when you want to share feedback, think whether you want to bet or beer. Okay? Because when feedback is delivered well and with panache, it is a gift. Thank you. And let's invite our general evaluator to hear what feedback he and his team has for us today. Over to you, Mohit.
Huge round of applause for you, Deepti. Very pertinent topic, something that specifically helps me and I believe all of us. If we can give good feedback, then we can actually be the reason for somebody's growth. So thank you for sharing those models. Okay, now we are ready to serve everyone with more feedback. Yeah, we are ready with our multi-course breakfast feedback meal for all of you. Let's start with the feedback or evaluation for the prepared speakers. Let me invite on stage our evaluator for the first speaker, Toastmaster Neethal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. So Monica has given her level 3 speech 3, and the speech title was Scared or Inspired. So Monica has reminded me of that strange dream that we usually get early in the morning, and I personally got up many a times panicking only to realize that it was just a dream. So the opening grabbed my attention, the bizarre dreaming of falling the teeth. It was so relatable, and I guess everyone here could relate to that. The speech was intentionally and funny, made curious to know about the details. The moment the dream was connected with the change and the growth and the change mindset was inspiring. So her decision to check about the dreams and the way she presented it with her hand gestures, body language, and then she went on to Google and called it Google Babaji, made it funny. The metaphor she kept on using, lighthouse guiding us through the life uncertainties, was an excellent metaphor, and she could keep her speech together, and the message resonated with what she was intending to deliver. She made the audience engaged by asking us to dream about our dreams, to think about our dreams, the way she asked us to keep our hand in front and made us asked us to think of the dream which we are trying to pursue was an excellent way of engaging the audience. The core message, the dreams are not meant to scare but to inspire, was clear and uplifting throughout the speech. And the way she delivered passionately and using the whole stage was reflecting the effort she has put in to prepare for the speech. So there are a few points that I thought Monica can work on. So for the first one is spacing and pausing. Some parts of the speech were rushed through, and I could not make a note of it. So the pausing and the deep breathing, where she has used impactful lines like dreams are not to be scared, but to inspire you, could have given a 5 seconds gap where we could have actually reflected back on. Monica has mentioned about her journey, about her new career path, but she did not dwell on it. So next time, if Monica can dwell more onto the personal journey which she meant to talk about, could have made the speech more relatable. And I would like to see what Monica has done by taking up the new career path. Language refinement, which one of the suggestions, and I incorporated in my evolution as well. The phrasing of the sentences or the grammar of the sentences. So to challenge yourself, Monica, you can work on the vocal variety, the content depth, focusing on your career path or on your self journey, and work on the strategic pauses. So Monica has met the purpose of the speech. It was meant to be inspiring to the audience, and she has objectively defined it. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neethal. It was very well evaluated. You started with some of the commendations and moved on to some suggestions for improvements. Thank you for that. We are now going to invite our next evaluator, Toastmaster Megha. If you could please come on the virtual stage to evaluate Toastmaster Mehek's speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit, for giving me this opportunity. What a beautifully presented speech delivered with great panache. Toastmaster Mehek, you captured the attention right from the start by sharing a personal story about the friends outing at the restaurant, where manager apologized and his empathic response created a memorable connection with you all. This opening just set the ground for your speech, and it also prepared the audience to resonate with your message, what you are going to talk about in your speech. Now, coming to the body, you talked about the power of personalizations, creating unique experiences, and innovatively communicating with the audience. Your examples of turning mistakes into remarkable products and emphasizing the need were standing out. You even mentioned everything by giving the examples so well. You talked about the Starbucks, the way they are delivering the experience. You talked about the Blinkit, how they are solving the problem. You talked about Zomato, Apple, even the storytelling of the Radhika merchants Lenga. It was very well demonstrated how the brands are connecting with their audience these days. Similarly, the way these brands are connecting these days, your connection with the audience was reflected. And your speech was very engaging and relatable. You made extensive research and the inspiring conclusions, urging to stand out, to be bold, and reflect on their own purple cow, which left a lasting impression. I feel that there are certain scope of improvement in this. Something like I find that there were repetition of the examples like Apple and blending. If they were avoided, it would have streamlined your entire speech. Additionally, weaving stories like Aman Gupta, Ashnir Grover, Marigold Biscuit, and Diet Coke earlier in the speech, before you revisited your personal story at the end, would have enhanced its structure and flow. Even I would encourage the pauses between the completion of one story and initiating the other story with the title, Did You Know? Would have given a chance to the audience to reflect it on. Even I would suggest that if the title of the story can be a purple cow, then it would be very eye-catching and it would be something like a teaser. instead of did you know. In a nutshell, it was a very compelling, well-researched and beautifully delivered speech that effectively highlighted brand marketing, storytelling, and the power of connection. With a bit more focus on structure and avoiding repetitive examples, it will be like cherry on the top of the cake with a delightful presentation. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Megha. You've done total justice to the way you have delivered feedback, and both the evaluators have done that. So, congratulations to both the evaluators for giving the evaluation in a manner which will be received well by the speaker. I would suggest to both of you to share the written down feedback form to both the speakers by Wednesday, if possible, so that they can take it seriously and improve further. Thanks once again. And with that, let's go to our second segment of evaluations, which is the tag team. And for that, I would like to invite on stage our timer for the day to present his report. Over to you, Toastmaster Ujjwal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit sir. I have prepared a sheet for. I have noted down the timings. Please allow me to share the screen. This is the time recorded by me for the special prepared speeches. Mehak was on time. Prepared for the prepared speeches part, Monica ma'am was also on time. For the evaluator section, Nital ji has taken some more time from the range, outside the range. Megha is on the time. This is yet to be 1 second. For the top table topic sections, all were within the time ranges. Timings are mentioned on the screen. Persons can note down the same. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ujjwal. If you were trying to share your screen,
Over to you,
at least I
Mohit sir.
couldn't see that.
Can you share? Can you see the screen, sir?
No, at least I can't.
1 second.
Yes, it's coming up now.
Okay, sorry.
Yes.
So should I repeat? Should I? I'm repeating. Now is it visible?
Yes.
So these are the timings noted by me as a timer of the day for this meeting. Special prepared speeches, Mehak ma'am was on the time, within the time range. Prepared speeches, Monica ma'am was on the time. For the evaluator parts, Nital ma'am took somewhat more time than the prescribed range. Megha ji was on the time. For the table topics, all presenters were on the time. I missed Manoj sir and Harish sir's timing, but Mohit sir has helped me in noting that time.
Sure. Thank you,
All the best.
Toastmaster.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Even Manoj is within time. It was 2 minutes 29 seconds. So we are uh, all good. Okay. Thanks a
Okay.
lot, Toastmaster Ujjwal. A huge round of applause for Ujjwal. He was debuting in his role as timer today. And please join me in applauding for him if you like what he did for us today. And now let me invite on the stage our grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Chintan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit. Let me know once my screen is visible.
Yes, it is.
It's been a busy meeting for me for the good reason. I had so many points which were great, starting with word of the day and phrase of the day. Honestly speaking, it's been used so many times that I'm so overjoyed. And the winner for today's meeting for word of the day and phrase of the day is none other than our Toastmaster of the day, who had used word of the day once and phrase of the day twice. Apart from that, whoever used word of the day had used phrase of the day, except Ravinder. So kudos to Mohit, Dipti, Monica, Mrinal, Ravinder, Harish, Mega for using ample of times the word of the day and phrase of the day. Coming to great work, and I know I'm going to get a recommendation from GE that I should not read all, but I'll take a privilege of reading everything in a single breath. Starting with Toastmaster of the Day, few great words, intentions may be sincere, but behavior we exhibit unsettle them, walk us through scared section, bear framework, bet framework. Monica used tingling, trembling, lighthouse analogy for life and dream was amazing. Seed analogy for life and dreams was really mesmerizing. Dream is not to scare you but to inspire you. Mahek, it was a master class on brand storytelling. At the same time, it was a master class on how you can use words which can have impact. Few words like Passover, divine, midway, piece of metal baked in crust, horrified, act of empathy, valued, seen, and understood for the customer, flashy ad, catchy jingle, resonated experience, uniquely tailored, transcend, purple cow, being good is not good enough, but be remarkable, spotlight moment, real magic lies, and whatnot. Ravinder, all topics were great phrases. Seema used store of destiny, Mrinal used go with the flow and slow down. Manoj used rat race analogy, which was great, and few other words like minimalist, emptiness. Harish had used nightingale analogy for singing from within. He used words like vaporized, sublimated, blossomed. It didn't steal the will and the hope to progress. He used resilience. Mohit used pertinent, Nittal used bizarre, Mega used streamline and revisit. Few of the words which could have spoken well or pronounced better, I believe bear would be right pronunciation rather than beer or beer, which had been multiple times used to and fro. Then time is rushing could have been much more articulated in right manner. Baba Babaji were used. We are English speaking club, so either don't use Hindi words or translate into English for the greater good. Vulnerability needs to be polished is a sentence someone needs to visit and revisit. Gonna work should be going to work. Nana, again, a Hindi word. Someone mentioned echoes. It should be echoes. Someone during the flow of speech used intrigued. It should be intrigued. Take participate should be can participate. Fire has to come within should be fire has to come from within. Content depth. So these few examples are the example of mother tongue influence. So it was unnecessary emphasis on T. So content, empathetic, empathic was used, body was used rather than body, audience was used rather than audience, and poses were used rather than pauses. Apart from that, I really enjoyed the meeting and thanks everyone for giving me a hard time being a grammarian. Thank you.
Huge round of applause for Toastmaster Chintan. Yes, you can definitely give Shankar Mahadevan a run for his money when it comes to speaking like in one breath. Thank you for that detailed report. Okay, and now it's time for my overall report as the grammarian of, oh, sorry, as the general evaluator of the day. So we started a few minutes late today,
Hi, sir.
10:30.
Mohit, sir. Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry,
I have
sorry.
presented my report.
Okay, that's my bad. Okay, I forgot to invite my friend Toastmaster Swati, who's the R counter of the day. All right, let me invite you on the stage for your report. Swati, over to you.
Thank you, sir. So today everyone, most of the speakers, they were very mindful about their usage of catchwords, and I really had to struggle to fill my table, which is mostly blank, but that's all right. That's a good thing. We like such struggles, and but I still nitpicked, and I've found some usage of filler words, starting with Toastmaster Deepti, who used one R and there was one awkward pause. Toastmaster Ujjwal used one R. Toastmaster Monica used one you know, and there was one awkward pause used by her. Toastmaster Neetal used so three times, and again there was an awkward pause. Toastmaster Mehak also had one unnatural pause. Apart from that, she was flawless. Toastmaster Megha used R once, and there were again two uneasy pauses. Toastmaster Ravinder used R two times, and Toastmaster Seema used R once. And Toastmaster Harish also used R once. And Toastmaster Mohit, Chintan, Toastmaster Mrinal, and Toastmaster Manoj, they were completely flawless. So, in a nutshell, everyone spoke with panache today. Thank you. And back to you, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you so much, Swati, for that detailed report. Okay, now it's my time for giving the overall report of the day. We started a few minutes late, 10:33, something that we can improve upon. We had the opening by Sadhira Tam's Megha. She did a fantastic job in giving us such a amazing start, energized us all with the theme of the day and also with the reminding us the mission of the Toastmasters Club. Then she handed over to Toastmaster Diptendu, the presiding officer, who covered the club business very well and also spoke with the guests and welcomed a joiner into the Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster of the day, Deepti, in her role as in her role, did a fantastic job in coming out with two models for us, the beer and the bet model. They were very relevant, and in general, the audience liked it. She also gave some examples which made her models very clear to us. A suggestion for her would be to give more emphasis on the audience engagement right from the beginning, although she did that at the end, but towards the beginning and the middle, I thought there was scope for more audience engagement. The general evaluator was myself, and my team has done a fantastic job. The timer was debuting in his role and did his job with so much sincerity, and it showed the background work that he had done to prepare himself. So kudos and a round of applause for Ujjwal as the timer. Our counter Swati was crisp and clear to the point, and she highlighted the key points which will help us improve. So keep going. And Chintan, of course, the grammarian of the day, also brought out such a good word of the day and the phrase of the day, which was used and practiced by many people in the audience today. So keep up the good job, the tag team members. For the evaluators, the uh, main point that I noted, apart from their good work, the one thing that they can improve upon is be a little bit more prepared. You can organize yourself by keeping a note of the main project details and the project objectives, which will show your preparedness in the meeting. Otherwise, you were both very well in terms of delivering your feedback to the members. Toastmaster Ravinder, as the table topics master, brought out topics which were well prepared, well thought out, and everybody was very eager to speak on those topics. So keep up the good job, Toastmaster Ravinder. One suggestion for you would be to try to invite the people who haven't spoken. So you can make a list of all the guests, all the people without any roles, and the people with small roles like timer, aha counter, and grammarian. So this is the list that you should keep handy so that maximum, if not all, people get a chance to speak. Okay, that's, I think, pretty much it from my report. One thing that I noted overall in the meeting today, which is something which we all can benefit from, is mother tongue influence, pronunciation, and grammar. So one learning that I have implied is if we watch a good English program like Friends or whatever you prefer, watch some program like that and then speak for 5 minutes from a good book, right? Do this for 21 days and you will see that your day 1 and day 21 will be huge difference. So you will definitely improve if you do this for 21 days. just wanted to share this because this is one of the things that I realize a lot of us, including me, have to work on. That's all I have from my overall report. I will now hand over the stage to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Dityendu.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator. What a fabulous meeting it has been. A keynote type speech, a regular speech, and of course, wonderful evaluation and table topics. So I really hope that all of you have gathered something that you can implement in your life, take back home, and of course, implement in your life from today's meeting. Mohit, do we have a voting link for the members to vote for various role plays today?
Yes, I will be sharing the link in a minute.
Wonderful. Until that happens, why don't we go around the meeting and take some feedback? So, Mrinal, if you are still here in the meeting, would you like to share your feedback of today's meeting, your experience of today's meeting in general? Mrinal? All right. Well, I think apart from Mrinal, everyone else is a guest, but if DTM Harish is still in the meeting, I would love to get some feedback from him as well, but he isn't in the meeting right now. Okay, so let us do something else. So, Swati, you attended today's meeting, and what are one or two key learnings for you from today's meeting that you'd like to share? Swati? Or maybe the people who have their cameras on? Ujjwal. All right. So, Ujjwal, what are your takeaways from today's meeting? Just one or two in a sentence or two. That's it.
Says this is a platform for great learning and takeaways.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything more specific? Anything specific from, say,
That's a
Deepti's
lot.
session, or maybe something from Mohit's general evaluation, or anything in particular that you liked? Not even takeaways, just one thing that you liked. All
Uh,
right. I don't want to put you on the
beer and
spot.
the
Okay. All right. The beer in bed model. Wonderful. But Mrinal,
yes, sir.
feedback from you since you are back online. So, would you like to share your feedback regarding today's meeting?
Um, yes, I think today's meeting was flamboyant. It was actually a panache kind of a meeting because there was so much of in every meeting, whatever I have would have had attended, there was so much to learn from this meeting today. Right from Mohit, the way he kind of evaluated generally everybody, right from Ramarian Chintan, he had such a deep understanding and very much clarity about everything, the usage, and everybody. And the speakers were pretty good, so there was a lot of learning from everybody. And it's the best thing about Toastmasters is no matter whatever kind of capability that you have or whatever kind of capability you bring on the table, you're always appreciated and there's always a chance of improvement. It's just that my way of general evaluation would have had been different because I'm somewhat straightforward, and that's what is not happening in Toastmasters, and that's what the Toastmaster is the way it is, because generally you don't give a straightforward feedback. So I learned about the feedback thing. So the reason I learned about this feedback thing, the bear and bet model. So I'll be much more better in giving a feedback to my team these days, because I have been pretty straightforward as to what I actually want from people. So this was a great learning session. I would be a part of the session next time as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thanks, Pranal, for sharing that. And this is something that we have to reconcile. Say, for example, if we have got respect for Toastmasters as a platform, we learn, say, 3-4 things which are specific to Toastmasters, one of which is the CRC mode of giving feedback. But many a times we don't find it much applicable to our real life, because in real life we have to be straightforward while delivering feedback. Otherwise we run the risk of not being able to convey our point clearly. So this is our own internal journey of what the good practices are which are propagated by Toastmasters, and how can we then apply them into our real life. People like Mohit have been
Veterans into this.
making that transition and implementing it wonderfully well in their real life. So it's good to have a mix of people, a mix of perspectives at Toastmasters. That is what makes this platform so beautiful. I hope all of you have voted for the. Oops.
I haven't voted. Would you be able to share the link because I went offline?
Yes.
But in the meanwhile, yeah, Diptendu bhai, you can share that link. And can I ask for any speech nomination or any role nominations? Mike, you are amazing. So credit goes to me for giving you two speeches forcefully and completing your pathway as well. But this time I won't put your name on the diary. So anyone else wants to give a speech or any other role you want to take up?
Hi, Chintan. This like my name must be reflecting on the screen. I'm Seema, right? With Mohit sir, I had a word like few days ago, or maybe last to last week, where I requested for the presentation for like a topic which is related to principle of corporate world. So I want that to be allotted to me. Is
Okay,
it
so
okay?
you want to take a speech slot, right? That's what
Not a
you.
speech slot, but the expert slot,
Okay,
like 15
okay,
or 18 minutes kind of.
okay, sure.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
let's see. Yeah, yeah, sure. Thank you, Seema. Anyone else for the speech? I'm going for a speech, so I'm writing down my name. I've been taking names but not noting my name, so it's my time to also throw the hat in the ring. Mohit bhai, any role you want to pick up?
I would like to
I,
force myself for the speech.
Perfect, perfect. So we have two speakers. Mohit bhai, you saying something?
I would also actually let me become the evaluator for next time.
Okay, evaluator for Mohit bhai.
So Chintan,
Monica.
I'll take speech next time. Yeah, I'll take speech next time.
Okay, perfect, perfect.
Take
Uh,
team.
I'll try T mod.
okay, T mod. So
I
for
would
T
take
mod, we will
grammarian.
decide. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, Mohit, Ravinder Grammarian, right?
Yeah.
So for T mod, as Seema has mentioned, for expert session, we'll see. We can take either one considering the time, but
Okay.
we will decide and we'll confirm in the group today itself. So I think we are good to have few rules. And for the speakers who have taken the speech slots, by Wednesday or Thursday, just give out your evaluation and speech details to evaluators so that they are also ready and you get the right kind of feedback and value out of it. And with that note, I hand over back to Mohit bhai.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chintan. Yeah, it always helps to have the role players decided well in advance. And I hope everybody has submitted their feedback by now. Mrinal, could you confirm? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So here we are to announce the winners based on the audience feedback. So the best speaker for the day goes to both the speakers have got equal votes. So a huge round of applause to both Toastmaster Monica and Toastmaster Mehek. Fantastic speeches today. The best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Chintan. Round of applause for Chintan. The best evaluator today goes to Toastmaster Megha. Huge round of applause for Megha. Beautifully evaluated. Best role player of the day goes to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Deepti. Fantastic topic selection. Everybody related with that. Congratulations, Deepti. And the best role player also goes to Toastmaster Chintan, the grammarian for the day. A huge round of applause for Chintan. Overall, most of the people have loved the meeting today. And that's all we have. And Diptendu, if you have any parting words for us, over to you.
I think Ujjwal has his hand raised.
Yeah, Ujjwal,
Yeah.
if you'd like to share anything.
Yeah, sir, can I take the sergeant at arms role next meeting?
Absolutely, you
Sure,
could.
sure,
Yes.
Ujjwal, sure. Go ahead.
Thank you.
It's done. Yeah. And of course, again, thank you everyone for attending today's meeting. We have to find our own takeaways from every Toastmasters meeting. It could be different for different people. And as you all know that the contest season is on, so I encourage you all to attend as many contests as your time and schedule allows, because many contests are going to be online. And if you're not in Delhi NCR region, wherever you are, just go ahead, pick a Toastmasters club and attend their contest. For there you will see speakers and people putting in their best foot forward and presenting wonderful stories and table topics. So again, wish you a great Sunday ahead and a wonderful week that is going to start from tomorrow. And with that, it's signing off for this week.